Hey, it's Monday morning coffee with TALTOA. My name is Mike. Good to see you this morning, or you see me anyway. Good to be with you anyway. Hey, it's Monday. It's July 3rd. Did you have a good weekend? Some of you may be out all week. A lot of people go to the lake for the weekend, or the whole week of July 4th, the July 4th week. Me, not so much. I tell you what, we had a little cruiser, had a little cuddy cabin in it. You could spend the night on the boat if you wanted to back a few years ago. And one of the more popular lakes in our area, Lake Tendkiller, if you want to be specific about it, they had a fireworks show. Well, they have it every 4th of July fireworks show on the lake. And being the brilliant people we are, we decided, hey, let's take the cruiser, go down there and tie off and watch it. Well, that was real smart. It was a beautiful fireworks show, but when it was over, it was pitch black, and you had a lot of people kind of been drinking, not really capable of operating a boat. And we had to find our way back amongst those. Never did it again, and wouldn't recommend anybody do it either. But you will. Hey, when you're young, you do stupid stuff. But yeah, when it's pitch black, you're just looking for that red, green, and white light. And some of those knuckleheads didn't have any lights on at all. Go figure. Anyway, enough of that. Big plans for the 4th? Gonna have a cookout around my house. Got some family coming over, friends coming over. Got the smoker working, so looking forward to playing around with that. Morning coffee with TALTOA, Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. most days. Find it on YouTube at youtube.com/FreightBrokerTV. Find it on your favorite podcasting app as well. Also remember, around Wednesday or Thursday, we do our weekly FBTV podcast. We talk about everything transportation news, stuff that has nothing to do with transportation, the impossible question, you can't fix stupid. That's a new feature we just started here a couple of weeks ago. So videos of people doing kind of stupid stuff. Anyway, what else? Subscribe, like, leave a question, whatever you like to do. We would appreciate your subscribing to our channel as well as our podcast. Give us a thumbs up, give us 5-star ratings. Same thing on a YouTube channel. The more thumbs up we get, the more comments we get, good comments preferably, but we'll take them all. Add them below. It helps us to grow. Want to remind you too, on our website, be it FBTV or even TALTOA, you can find our training manual right there. You got to understand, when you're doing video, you're opposite. So right now I got my right hand raised, but it looks like my left hand. If I point this way, I'm actually pointing to the right, but on the video, it shows me pointing to the left. Anyway, neither here nor there. Yeah, our training manual, Freight Broker Training Manual, it's available via our website. There are links there. You can get it, hard copy or digital version. Check it out. Also on our website, you will be able to find swag. You're going to find this on Freight Broker TV, as well as the TALTOA website as well. FBTV Morning Coffee with TALTOA is brought to you, of course, by TALTOA. We've been training and consulting transportation professionals for over 20 years. We have packages that include essential training, placement into our mentorship program. That's where you can begin your broker operation as a freight broker agent through us under our licensed brokerage. And yeah, it's paid position. You get paid just like any other freight broker agent would in the industry. You get a 60% commission. And I know some are going to say, well, this company pays 80% or what. Yeah, read the fine print. When it comes out in the wash, it's going to be around 60%. But the main purpose of the mentorship program is to allow you the opportunity to begin your broker operation as an agent, to gain the experience, to start building that book of business, bottom line. So that way you can move on, either start your own brokerage at the end of the mentorship program, or perhaps contract to another broker direct. Just whatever you want to do. The if you've been trying to get a contract as a freight broker agent with any company out there, you've probably found the doors closed pretty tight. No experience, no book of business, no contract. This gives you the opportunity to gain that experience as well as build that customer base. All right, what are we talking about today? Today we're going to kind of get political, but it's stuff we've talked about before, specifically EVs, electric vehicles. A new poll reveals where Americans stand on the president's EV goals. And to read this, a large majority of Americans are opposed to President Biden's and Democrats' plans to nationwide to phase out traditional gas-powered vehicles by 2035. Folks, that's 12 years from now. 11 and a half if you want to really get down to specifics. This is according to a recent Pew Research poll. According to the survey, 59% of Americans oppose phasing out gas cars and trucks by 2035, and just 21% would feel excited if the U.S. were to move forward with such a policy. Over the last 2 years, Americans have grown in their opposition to phasing out gas vehicles, with 51% opposing in April 2021, which is 8% less than the share who are now against. Over this period of time, support for phasing out gasoline cars and trucks has ticked down among both Democrats and Republicans, according to the Pew Research Center. Gas-powered cars represented 93% of all new car sales in 2022, according to a recent report from the Alliance for Automotive Innovation. And EVs remain far more expensive and less efficient than our gas-powered alternatives. Overall, the average cost of an EV was $64,338, and they are ugly. Sorry, I come from the land of hot rods and Camaros and Firebirds and Trans Ams and GTOs and boss cars, you know what I mean? Mustangs, the older Mustangs, Cobras. Ooh, yeah. Anyway, well, the average cost of compact gas power car, $26,101. And you may say, well, that's the compact. Yeah, my truck, it costs $50,000, or my car costs $60,000, or whatever. Okay, yeah, we're talking comparable size to the EV. You want an EV comparable to a compact. That's what they're talking about. That's why they used a compact car, because they're pretty much the same. Yeah, I know you got EV trucks and things like that now, but come on, really. I don't understand why somebody wants to spend all that money to get a pickup truck to pull a trailer, be it RV, or even if I guess they're able to pull RV. Not far, but you get the idea. Anyway, $64,000 for an EV compared to $26,000 for a gas-powered. That's according to Kelley Blue Book now. In addition, the U.S. Department of Energy reported that the average range of model year 2021 gasoline vehicles was 403 miles compared to the median 234-mile range of model year 2021 EVs. Not to mention, let's look at California for a moment. This article came out in February of this year. It says California grid faces collapse as Newsom push renewable electric vehicles. That's according to experts. Ever since this article's come out, California's been urging people not to charge their cars because it's too much of a strain on their grid. Anyway, California's electric grid faces years of potential blackouts and failure as state leaders continue pushing aggressive measures to transition to renewable energy sources. California is drastically cutting our dependence on fossil fuels and cleaning our air. Democratic California Governor Gavin Newsom said back in November, as he announced the world's first detailed pathway to carbon neutrality. Now, experts People I've talked to that has anything to do with this electricity or the power grid or things like that, none of them that I've spoken to or that I've heard people speak to have ever said, yes, it's going to be a success. They all say it's not going to work. It just can't, it'll never happen. But we keep on pushing. Why do we keep on pushing something we know it's not going to work? Anyway, it'll work for certain situations, but trying to push gas out to bring in the EV just because you want to without it becoming naturally evolved, it's just ridiculous. Anyway, experts have said environmental mandates implemented by Newsom and his administration have already created instability in the grid. An issue they argued would only get worse as existing fossil fuel power generation capacity was taken offline and replaced by intermittent resources. Ed Ring, a senior fellow and a co-founder of the California Policy Center, said they're going to have to build an outrageous amount of wind and solar in a very short time if they want to accomplish their objectives of electrifying our whole world, or our whole transportation sector, and our whole home heating and cooling and residential sector. They're going to have to replace all of that. He went on to say there's a burden to the consumer, and that's going to get very heavy. Even if they can pull it off without blackouts, the burden to the consumer is going to be ridiculous. And when they say burden, I assume they are talking to cost. Somebody's got to pay for it. It ain't going to be the politicians. Anyway, that's that. I found that was in the news Friday before we get out of here. And it just backs up what we've been saying about the EVs over the years that we've been talking about it, a couple of years. Anyway, listen, go have a great Monday. We went a little long on this morning coffee with TALTOA. We'll be back tomorrow, 4th of July, fireworks and all. Go have a great Monday unless you've made other plans. We will talk to you in the morning.